Ruben here, introductory. We are here for the third video in our new how-to video series. And for this one, we are going to be going over our leash pressure introduction when we first fit the dog with the Hermsprenger prong collar. If you don't know about that one, be sure to check out the first video to get up to date with that. And then I would also check out the leash video so you can get an idea of what leashes to use. Right here, we're just going to have Lucy on this is like a 3-foot leash, but we're just going to keep it, we're going to keep her on this one. A couple other things I wanted to mention. So we're going to need a food pouch so we can put the dog's food in there. This particular one I like to get from learberg.com. It's called the bait bag. It's like their bestseller one. This one's nice because you can put your whole hand in it, and it's just really easy to get the food out. You're going to be using your dog's daily kibble for this exercise, and this is how they should generally be eating their meal. This is like the beginning of training, and so initially you're going to probably start inside. You're going to start inside your house and gradually work your way outside, because the whole idea is to get your dog used to turning into the leash and coming to us, and then we use their food as a little bit of extra icing on the cake to say, hey, that's exactly what I wanted, okay? So the concept that we're looking for here is that we want the dog to be distracted ahead of us, okay? So if Lucy is out in front like this, we've got Shane behind the camera, being a distraction, right? So see how she is distracted? So I don't want to pull straight along her spine. That's going to create an opposition reflex. I want to get her head to turn this way into me, and that's how the leash is going to come into play, right? And when she turns into me and commits to that, I'm going to pay her with her food, okay? So we've got her being distracted. I'm going to change my angle, apply pressure. Yes. And as soon as she turns into me, I'm going to say yes. So that's really what we're doing. We're conditioning the leash pressure along with the yes marker, because this is going to tell her that this is what I want you to do. Good job. Keep doing that, okay? So we're going to let her get distracted again. But see, this is where the distractions come in. Take your time. Yes. So she's going to start focusing in on me sooner rather than later, and so I might just have to relax a little bit, right? So here's another one. Yes. A couple other things that you want to look for is she might start picking up on the game. I don't know if you saw that right there, but she started to look up at me. Like, if I stop, she might start anticipating that, oh, I'm going to turn into you and I'm going to get the food reward. So at that moment, if she looks at me like this, I might actually take a step forward, maybe a couple more, because my body motion can cause that to happen, where she gets distracted and I can sneak away. Yes. And at the most subtle leash pressure, I want to mark that with the yes. I'm not looking for full-on commitment. As long as her feet move, yes. That means she's coming into the pressure, okay? And we can reward that effort. And again, what we want to do is we want to gradually increase the distractions, right? So initially it's going to start inside your house, because just being on the leash, they might have been pulling beforehand. And then you might start with opening the front door and seeing what happens when you go by that. Does your dog stay focused? Yes. So you want to work off of that. And what you're doing with that exercise is you're actually also teaching the dog how to turn away from things that get them distracted. So then when the future training comes up, and say they're getting distracted by something, you're going to be in a much better position to get them out of it, because they're so used to turning away from things that get them distracted, and they're responding to minimal leash pressure rather than us feeling like we are pulling our dog away. Okay, we don't want to feel like we're pulling the dog away. It should just be like an effortless little turn away from the distraction. Okay, so a couple more times. I'm going to get her distracted. She's distracted. Yes. A couple other things to mention. So my food reward, right? So I'm not just saying yes and giving it to her. I'm actually, there's a reason why I am moving backwards, because I want her to chase the food. It's just creating a little bit more engagement. It's increasing that want to get what I have, and she's got to work a little bit more for it. So when we're given our food reward, we want to, and this is from our buddy's Dream Come True Canine, chase the rabbit, okay? There is no such thing as a suicidal rabbit, in which that means like at no point is the rabbit going to jump into the dog's mouth. So we can, yes, use our hand to have the dog follow that. And I'm feeding her with the food right here, so I'm palming it for her to come into it this way, okay? You can also mess around with different ways to move your hand, so you can have it out like this, and then move it around this way, get her to chase it a little bit more. That just creates, again, more drive, more want to follow the hand, okay? So I'm going to do this a couple more times, get her distracted. Using a partner to distract more. Yes. Was that stuff, Lucy? So that is the basic premise of our leash pressure introduction. So again, we want to have the dog fitted with the prong collar. It should be up high on the neck. Have them on a leash. It could be a 4-foot leash, it could be a 6-foot leash. You're going to keep it nice and loose because you just want to use leash pressure. We don't want to be trying to pull the dog at all, right? So if you want, I'm just, using my 2 fingers here, and it's really subtle, just moving my body to create that leash tension rather than me creating leash tension with my arm. My arm is almost staying fixed, and I'm, yes, moving back with my legs to create that subtle tension. Okay, so for this, you're working on leash pressure and you're working on building the yes marker, and then this is going to flow into teaching the dog place command, because then they're going to know the yes marker prior to teaching place. Okay, so as always, this is valuable for you. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. This way you can get notified of any updates that we're doing and any new videos that we are putting out there. Okay? Hope you all enjoy the rest of the day. We'll talk to you later.